Mellstroy, the Russian billionaire, is the ruler of the largest countries on Russian Twitch. He was the one who brought unthinkable things to the Russian streamer scene. He essentially launched the Russian trash streamer scene with his wild parties, which evolved into freak shows and general mayhem. However, his tale is not limited to money and alcohol. When he was just 16 years old, he was facing jail time for posting offensive content on his streams. His guests had to be admitted to the hospital on several occasions due to his physical aggression, and that's only the very beginning. So tell me, how on earth did this guy go from owning a Minecraft server to becoming a billionaire and relocating to Bali, the most insane streamer on the Russian internet? This is the story of Mellstroy. Andrei Burim, better known by his stage name Mellstroy, was raised in extreme poverty. His mother was a cashier, and his father was employed in a nearby factory. Andrei grew older wearing his brother's clothes because they were so impoverished. He held his brother in high regard. Actually, it was he who first introducing him with the internet. After he got him a new PC, Mellstroy quickly became interested in Minecraft. He would frequently skip school and spend thousands of hours playing Minecraft until he realized he could make a good living from it. Andrei made the choice to build a Minecraft server and buy hosting. He spammed it in every group comment section on VK Russian Facebook. He then began selling VIPs to young Russian kids. Who cares that his grades weren't all that great? Even at the age of 14 or so, he was earning a respectable living. Then, as every Russian person came to know about Dota, he used to spend 6 hours playing the game after school when he was 15. Additionally, because he is a businessman, he would purchase in-game items at a discount and resell them for a higher price. Essentially, a Russian couch flipper, you know. However, Andrei would soon grow bored with video games and develop an interest in something more lucrative, but illegal. Mellstroy began streaming CSGO when he turned 16, but this is where things start to get a little darker. The fact is, Mellstroy's Counter-Strike gameplay did not necessarily contribute to the popularity of his streams. He used to visit Russian Omegle, where he would meet girls by chance, strike up a conversation, and then ask them nonchalantly if they would do something out of the ordinary in exchange for some money. And surprise, they actually did. For a small amount of internet influence, they danced and stripped. Because of how well-liked these streams were, about 60,000 people came him in January of 2017 to watch him cook. He got away with it for about 3 months by delaying the deletion of his bots after the stream. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't think YouTube really allows nudity. It was 2014, so no one gave a damn. But the fact that these girls were underage was something YouTube did care about, though. Danila Kashin, a musician and YouTuber, conducted a public survey in March 2017 to find out what kind of streams Andrei would do. In this way, the government, among others, was made aware of Andrei's activities. Therefore, while he was chilling in college, police broke into his apartment and took his PC to their station for examination and documentation of the accusations that were being made. Mellstroy is fugitive after receiving news. He would stream to a big audience while hiding for 3 months in different hotel rooms, almost like he was on the prowl for law enforcement. After that, an unexpected event occurs. Following a rigorous 3-month search, they simply left him alone. The case was abandoned. Which is interesting because, believe me when I say this, these cases typically don't end well in Russia. Thus, it appears to me, at the very least, that his parents wrote a large check to spare Mellstroy from going to jail. For example, the judge said, "Ah man, you know what? You're only 16 years old. You're not gonna ruin your life or anything. We chillin'," as Mellstroy puts it. Oh no, you can hold any beliefs you like. Just inform him that there are 2 different interpretations of what happened. Mellstroy came to the conclusion that streaming nudity wouldn't get him very far after this incident, but his scheme was different. Mellstroy chose to broadcast Gamba Live. Money began to come in because he had an exclusive agreement with a significant online casino. His life became about drugs, alcohol, lots of inebriated girls who were willing to do anything, and 100,000 hands viewers who watched these bizarre live shows. He was producing content like that. It's better the more bizarre it is. He invites inexperienced streamers, or those looking to make a quick buck, and in exchange, he essentially humiliates them for the amusement of the audience. There are fights all the time and other ridiculous things that I can't even mention for fear of this video being immediately banned. It seems as though we are returning to savage times. Along with names like Refly, who locked his pregnant girlfriend outside during the winter and eventually killed her for a donation on the stream, he was one of the pioneers of Russian trash streams. Or Valilk, who is essentially a Mellstroy on a shoestring. We will also discuss him a little later. What began as an idea to invite some girls, purchase alcohol, and perform a drunken stream with a casino eventually spiraled out of control, leading Mellstroy to lose his mind and believe he was a total deity. He eventually loses interest in everything and everyone. Take a peek at how he handles his own friends. Alcohol, gambling, and irresponsible living are the main topics of Mellstroy streams. Aside from kids, casinos that paid him well were his sponsors. And as money starts to flow, Mellstroy relocates to Moscow, where he first meets the previously mentioned VJ Link. Later, Grisha Polnaya TV, another fascinating character, joins him. Then everything takes a turn for the worse. This is the result of surrounding yourself with similarly insane people at the age of 21, being uneducated, and being a gambler. You'll begin to lose your mind. Mellstroy found himself surrounded by individuals who are only concerned with his financial gain and will stop at nothing to maintain his cash cow. From the casino sponsors alone, he was earning $1 million a month. This guy must be really wealthy, damn it. Most likely, not as much as you might think. It's a fact that he is a gambler. Every stream, he trades thousands of dollars down. He rents these opulent apartments in the heart of Moscow. It resembles a posh neighborhood where the cool kids hang out. He spends money on a variety of fleshy items. Supplies of the most opulent alcohol flow freely. He even pays some famous people to visit, similar to this man, Edward Bill, a well-known Russian blogger. He was paid about 1 million rubles by Mellstroy to appear on the stream, but all he did was advertise a random online casino. Upon confronting Edward about it, Mellstroy made it clear that he didn't like it, and that's the only reason he came here. He wouldn't even clean his ass with his 1 million rubles. It took him less than a minute to be ejected. The June 2020 stream is a fantastic illustration of Mel's gut complex. Mel rented a lovely home, invited a few friends, and invited some girls along as well. Yana is just an ordinary girl with decent looks, and she makes sure that everyone knows it. She also makes a passing flirtation with Mellstroy. This goes on for about 30 minutes before Yana gets a call. Her boyfriend answered the phone, and it's clear that he was upset about what was happening on the stream. In essence, Mel calls him a cuck and laughs at him. We now proceed to the front yard of the house, where we see Mellstroy's bodyguard, who, to be perfectly honest, did nothing, and a few newcomers who are attempting to enter the property. Remember that Mellstroy is behind this door and is unaware of anything going on outside the room. When Yana confronts her boyfriend about their argument, he doesn't want to talk, so Yana gets slapped once more and then again. That's pretty much it, until guards eventually escort those mofos off of Mellstroy's property. With all of this success all around him, Mellstroy developed an irrational ego and mistreated others. Let's speak honestly. However, his gut instinct was slightly damaged when Morgenstern, one of the most well-known artists in Russia, turned down his invitation to the stream, stating he didn't like what was happening there and didn't want to be a part of it. His response to people not sucking his toes as much as he used to became a little more impulsive as he came to the realization that those who don't truly need his money don't respect him enough. As per usual, Mellstroy streamed on October 19th, 2020. Mellstroy will always remember this date as the one when he came dangerously close to ruining his career, even though he hosted a large party and consumed alcohol there. It all began when Mellstroy's stream features a new character, introducing Yelena Yefremova. Yelena then talks about the generation gap and other subjects that Mellstroy is not too knowledgeable about. To be honest, she was a pain in the neck. She was attempting to brag and come across as intelligent, even though she knew Andre wasn't the brightest, based on the tone and manner in which she spoke. Mellstroy became enraged and told her that she was a cringe and had no idea what she was talking about. However, Yelena began to clown on Andre after realizing he had pretty much lost it. After he called her flat, the girl asked him to reveal his body, which infuriated Andre even more. Suddenly, an unexpected event occurred. Yelena was left with a fractured chin and a growing brain injury day by day. But Mellstroy was indifferent to it all. She later filed a lawsuit against him, forcing him to pay nearly $700. He also received a 6-month community service mandate. Almost all of his social media accounts, including those on YouTube, Instagram, VK, and Telegram, were blocked following this incident, and it appeared that Mellstroy was finished and would never return to this position. Mellstroy went on to spend the next 2 years making new YouTube channels, experimenting with different platforms, and learning new techniques for live streaming. But nothing seemed to work until he discovered Kick, where no one seemed to mind that he was there. With those streams, where he would give away Maybach to the largest donators, who ended up giving him 15,000s and other stuff, he began to build an audience. After that, he left Russia and began to travel. Andre resided in Dubai, paying $10,000 a day for a hotel suite. He also purchased watches worth $20 million, so this guy is making a living. However, the reason this chapter is called Comeback is because following the incident, his popularity declined dramatically, and he was no longer as well-liked as he once was. He still felt compelled to make himself known to the world, though, since as an attention-seeking individual, he finds it difficult to maintain his notoriety for very long without pulling off a major prank or two. He then releases this video. And he followed his advice. Alright, nearly. Jesus was the first victim of his. His donation was 50,000. Kasha then received 15,000. Then, as a small side project, he gave 30,000 to the legendary Russian streamer Popich, who declared he would never play Dota 2, which, to be honest, is kind of funny. Bratishkin was the only guy who refused to shave his head. That's not even worth 400,000, he declared. Apparently, shaving streamers wasn't enough at that point, so Mellstroy came up with yet another practical joke. And for that, he most likely thought back to simpler times. Ever since he asked female streamers to strip for him in exchange for money. To show her his appreciation, he gave this lovely lady $15,000. The girl then requested $3,000, to which Mellstroy also contributed. Additionally, he made a donation to Sveta Solar, the well-known Russian blogger, or whatever, I'm not sure. She also stole 10,000. The next girl, though, attracted the most attention because Andre called the bank and essentially stole her money back after sending her a 10,000 so she could undress and watch stream for a full minute. Some claim that these reports are false and that Mellstroy never made a donation because the phone call incident seems suspicious, even in Russia. After that, a few donations and other items had misspellings. In general, I believe he would truly do this, but in all honesty, I could care less. In any case, Andre is currently relaxing on Bali's islands and earning about $20,000 every gambling stream. He no longer does trash streams. Instead, he only streams with individuals he has chosen and has faith in. Additionally, a really fascinating thing happened while this video was being made. Mellstroy declared that he would give a few $100s for each TikTok photo of him that receives 10,000 likes or more. Furthermore, he recently shared something even more intriguing on his Telegram. He put out challenges. For instance, someone can win 150 million rubles if they force MrBeast to follow them on Instagram. A climber on Everest is awarded 50 million rubles, and so on and so forth. It's an absurd sum of money, and judging from Mellstroy's statement that MrBeast followed and even messaged him, it must have been successful.
Hey Mel, so I was told to send you this video saying hi. I'm not sure why, but hi.
Does this mean that Mellstroy and MrBeast will be working together soon? Who knows?